So here are the takeaways from the Law Society report. Let me read some of the takeaways, and it's kind of crazy. This is what they say: the greater good of humanity card by citing potential applications of neurotechnology for Parkinson's disease sufferers, as well as dementia, depression, and anxiety. They give a nod to Mark Zuckerberg's Meta and Elon Musk's research as investors in the field, and they feign concerns over ethical, social, political, economic, and privacy issues around large amounts of brain data. This is kind of a crazy thing that's going on. They suggest that brain-chipped lawyers could seek to gain an advantage. They appeal to law firms being able to develop their client base in new directions. It references Chile being the first country to change their constitution to protect transhumans and neural rights, and yes, that is true. They cite dystopian films and TV series, including Black Mirror, seamlessly linking to real-world research in a smaller vein. Crazy, but it's true. Hints at both medical and military applications with a shout out to DARPA, and that is a scary thing, but it is absolutely true. And they wax lyrical about regulation and human rights. It's a terrible, terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. But folks, this is the direction that we are going into. This is the world that we are going into. The Bible tells us there's a time coming where we will be exposed to what Don Stewart calls the final Antichrist. I use that term as well now. He will rule tyrannically. He will do the evil that goes beyond what anybody has ever seen before, and will continue to profess his hatred for God as he goes down that road. The great news about all of this is that we will not, absolutely will not be on this earth when he comes about to do the evil that he does. We as the church will be raptured, and I think that that time is coming a lot sooner than anybody can possibly imagine. I think the people that say, well, it hasn't happened yet, this is terrible, this hasn't happened yet, understand that God's complete and total timing is perfect. When we begin to acknowledge God's timing, we begin to realize very quickly that it's always better than ours. The movement for transhumanism is another modern day Tower of Babel. It says, I don't like my body. It says, I don't want to do this. It says, I don't like this, or I don't like that. So I'm going to be God and become much better at this. Folks, all of that to say the world in which we live is in great decline. Things are getting darker. Things are getting worse. Things are getting more evil. And we need to open up our eyes to recognize what's going on, folks.